What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode. Back at it. We didn't do a recap last night to end the day for a reaction for all the game ones of the wild card so far. That's what this video is going to be about. So sorry about that. Just had a late night and I was like, oh my gosh. So yes, I went to bed. I decided to just call it a night, after soccer and stuff. And yeah, I was freaking tired. Anyways, regardless, let's get into it. We got some stuff to talk about in the NFL, and then all the NHL and NBA news that happened yesterday. I'll save it for the nightcap tonight when I do my reaction tonight after all the game twos, because we got a lot of, we got the quadruple header today. Like right now, between the Tigers and the Astros, Parker just hit a home run, and so now it's 1-0. Tigers on top of Astros, and the win probability just shifted. Like it was 41-58 for Astros, and now just flip-flopped where now the Tigers have a 58% chance of winning. But again, you know how yesterday's game went. Like the win probability doesn't matter. These things go down to the ninth inning always. But anyways, regardless, let's get into it. So we're going to talk about some NFL news, because there was a big one that broke the other day, and then we're going to just recap a little bit of all the game ones yesterday in the wild card round, and then we're going to call it an episode, and then we're going to check back here in a little bit, and we're probably going to do a gaming live stream. So yes, all right, let's talk about it. Okay, the big news that broke the other day was that Davante Adams, the Raiders are going to trade him. Now, I will admit, coming into the season, I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way Davante Adams gets traded. Because I watched Receivers and stuff, the Netflix thing where they covered, which I like that series from Netflix anyway. Like, last year was quarterbacks, this year was receivers. I think next year they should do defensive players, like have a corner, a safety, a linebacker, and a lineman, something like that. Like, I think that would be fun. But just to see how comfortable, like he's always wanted to play for the Raiders. Those who have been Packer fans know he's always wanted to play for the Raiders. And to see like how much, because football is a part of people's lives for 5-6 months out of the year. It's the off season and the other real life of those 6 months that's not part of the football season. Where watching the Receivers documentary, I was like, there's no way he's just going to uproot all this and go, yes, essentially to New York to go play with Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's no way. Like, his kids are in school. He has a nice house. Now, again, a lot of millionaires, it's like, okay, let's just throw millions of dollars and just, okay, whatever, we'll figure it out because they have the luxury to do that. Us normal people, we don't have the luxury to just do that. So maybe he doesn't care about putting his kids in new schools and all that nonsense of extra real life and stuff when you're not, throwing and catching the pigskin around from August through, hopefully if they can get to the Super Bowl, February, But I think, so a lot of people were talking, like Greeny, I think Feinbaum even got in on it, but a lot of them were talking about, by the trade deadline, Davante Adams, he's going to be a Jet. Like, yeah, he's a Raider for now, but he's going to be a Jet. And I thought that with how last season ended, it'd be like, oh yeah, perfect. Like, let him go, let him leave. Because, the Raiders sucked last year. And he's wasting away his talents with quarterback play that's not too good, with whether it was O'Connell or Minshew. And somehow Jimmy Garoppolo was just ass last year, and that really confused about that because Jimmy G used to be a dog, and so his fall off needs to be studied. I think about there's that meme of Drew Barrymore. Like, there's so many NFL memes and stuff about Jimmy G, but when it talks about Jimmy G, it's like, it shows that video of Drew Barrymore on SNL when it's like, ladies and gentlemen, the very sexy garbage. And anyways, but I think yeah, the Raiders right now, they're not going anywhere for the next 2-3 seasons probably. They're probably going to go out and get a quarterback in this draft. I know they went and got O'Connell, but like, you're telling me that you would take Minshew or O'Connell over Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart, Carson Beck, Jalen Milroe? They won't, especially with how well Cam Ward's been playing this season. The Raiders aren't going to keep him, so there's no reason for Adams to not waste his time, but yeah, waste 2 or 3 years to watch that rookie quarterback come in and develop. Because like, look at the receivers for the Colts that have hung around. For Anthony Richardson, he hasn't blossomed out. Look at the receivers that stayed in Carolina, whether by their own choice or by force. Like the Adam Thielens of the world. Look at what happens. Look at what has happened with Bryce Young. Everybody wants to go play for Houston now with C.J. Stroud, even though Houston's been kind of mid. It's weird. Like Washington right now, they're on a high because of Daniels, but we'll just see. So if the Raiders, they're going to trade him. They wouldn't trade him to Kansas City. Like whoever's thinking he's going to go to Kansas City because Kansas City has a lot of injuries right now and not a good receiving core. Forget that. Throw that away because there's no way in hell the Raiders are going to give up Adams to Mahomes, especially within the division. Like, are you kidding me? There's no way that that's going to happen. Packer fans know it. Aaron Rodgers fans know it. Devontae Adams fans know it, that if he were to go anywhere and leave the Raiders, he's going to go to New York. Because if you listened to how he talks with the media, how receivers portrayed him in that documentary, like he's talking about chasing greatness. He's talking about, like, he's sounding just like Aaron Rodgers was just like, they must have hung out a lot and, spent all these years together in Green Bay. The only quarterbacks that I would see Adams going and playing for is Rodgers, Mahomes. I wouldn't even say Brock Purdy. I wouldn't even say Josh. Maybe Josh Allen. But like Lamar Jackson, no. Because the Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, the thing is, they'd have to give up a big piece to get Adams because nobody's just going to give up Adams willy-nilly. Like, I'm looking at the Jets, and I'm thinking that the Jets are probably going to give up. Like, we know Garrett Wilson is not on the trading block. We know Sauce Gardner's not on the trading block. I have a shaking suspicion Alan Lazard, which would suck because it's like, dude, Lazard's a pretty decent wide receiver. So for them to just get rid of him would be absolutely sad. But if I'm the Jets right now and I want Devontae Adams, give up a first round, a second round, and that's it. Do not give up Lazard. Do not give up Garrett Wilson. Like, give up picks and maybe like a fourth or fifth, just a wide receiver room kind of guy. Because I don't know. Like, because to have Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Breece Hall. I mean, there's a lot of weapons for Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of weapons for that Jets team. So there's no excuses. But yeah, but the Raiders aren't going to give them up that easy. Somebody's going to have to go. Hell, give up linemen, give up defensive linemen, give up. No, can they do that? Can they do a defensive guy for offensive guy in trades? I don't remember. I don't pay attention to that crap. But yeah. So if anything, I think Devontae Adams he's going to go to the Jets. And if he doesn't go to the Jets, then he's probably going to play one more season with the Raiders and be like, all right, I'm out. This shit sucks. So okay, that is my thoughts on the big NFL news. And then now let's talk about the MLB. So yesterday, as you guys know, we're in the middle of the playoffs. Playoffs started yesterday. I did my sports prediction. I have Astros and Phillies, which the Astros right now are on the brink. They're down 1-0. We're in the sixth inning? This thing's not over yet. But yesterday, some reactions. I'll do the boring ones first and then the entertaining ones later. Okay, KC versus Baltimore, 1-0. I mean, an absolute pitching clinic. Not a lot of pop, not a lot of errors where it's like, oh my gosh, the batters are eating up the pitchers. No, it's just 1-0, simple baseball game. So Royals take a 1-0 series lead in that, which I did. There were a few people in my community tab where I did the 4 picks. Who do you think is going to win? Dodgers, Astros, Phillies, or Yankees? Who's going to win the World Series? Someone was like, hey, put the Royals because every time they go to the playoffs, they win. No, 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 no. But after yesterday's win, it's like, oh boy, here we go. The Mets, um, they won the other day against the Brewers after a 5 run. Yeah, it was 5 runs. Yeah, it was 5 runs after a disastrous fifth inning from the Brewers. I mean, the Brewers had that thing. I wouldn't say they had it in hand, but just Mets exploded in that inning, and the Brewers were trying to play catch up, but Mets bullpen was able to shut it down. So the Mets have taken a 1-0 series lead. I think they have all the momentum in that series because there's a difference between how the Astros lost versus how the Brewers lost. Where Astros, that game, same with the Royals and Baltimore series too, where it's like the series is still close, but like the Padres one and the Mets one, those series already kind of seem out of hand. I know it's a best of three, and it's anybody's game. Like when we flip the page and come to a different day, but Mets seem like they have that one on hand. It seems like they might be able to wrap up things tonight, but then yeah, the Padres blanked the Braves 4-0. And then the last game, I did watch. I didn't watch the Padres Braves one because I went and played soccer, but I did watch the Mets game. I did watch a little bit of the Royals game because the Royals game was going on at the same time as the Astros game. But dude, what a freaking like! It's 3-0 for what feels like the whole damn game, and then all of a sudden, here we come into the ninth inning. We get a run. Bases start to get loaded. You can feel the pressures rising because it's like, okay, Tigers have never been here. They don't know what to do in these kind of pressure situations, which Astros been there, done that. They know, bases loaded, bottom of the innings, like they've been here before. But no, dude, they were able to hold them off, and cat got your tongue. Win it 3-1. Now, I'm telling you, a few pitches. Now, Altuve was on deck. You can tell me, but like, there's that kind of feeling that if Altuve was able to get up there, we're probably talking a double walk off. Just put the ball in play, let runner score, because it would have been 3-2 at that point. And if he hit a double, oh, here we go, Bregman. Nope. God, yeah, we're bottom of the sixth, 1-0, 2 outs. But yeah, Detroit able to hold on, win that game 3-1. Which is impressive to come on the road and win it. Detroit's, I would say right now, yeah, Detroit and the Mets are kind of the Cinderella teams, which I would love to see. Not really, knock on wood. But if we're talking fun and this would be a great fun World Series, yeah, Tigers versus Mets, because they're both the sixth seeds. They both came in very late to the playoffs. So yeah, but Tigers right now, they have a 1-0 lead. Yeah, so Royals, Mets, Padres, and Tigers, they all have 1-0 series lead. And that's the recap for game ones of the wild card. Games two, yeah, we got this one that's going right now. All routine 3-2-1 double play. Yep, that inning's over. Yeah, Brisky, he's walking off. Keith, he's walking off. Great inning. So we're going to go to the top of the seventh. Astros are down 1, dude. They got to figure it out, man. They got to freaking figure it out. And I talked about it yesterday, where it's like somehow the Astros just find a way. But how funny would it be if if the Tigers do get them? Which it is what it is. But it's just baseball. I will admit that if I did follow baseball more this season, I probably wouldn't sound like such a damn casual, where it's like, oh yeah, I had the Astros and the Phillies. No, like, with how much hockey I followed last postseason, when the playoff picture showed up and stuff, like it felt natural and it felt easy to go, yeah, Panthers, Oilers. And I thought I was crazy for thinking Panthers, Oilers. And the fact that it ended up working out that way, dude, freaking one of the biggest predictions I've ever had. Biggest accomplishment to that date. Other big ones that would have been awesome is I predicted forever ago, Super Bowl 49. I predicted a Patriots-Packers one. So the fact that we were an overtime in Seattle away from that happening. But again, football works in a mysterious way. I'd rather have Russell Wilson be the one that throws the interception on the 1 yard line than Aaron Rodgers, because There's a feeling I have where if the Packers went, outcome probably would have been the same because football's weird that way. It's like a circle. It's poetry. It rhymes. Okay, enough George Lucas, enough banter. That's all I have for the show. So check back here. Oh, I forgot about that. Squirrel. Sorry, distraction. Monday Night Football. Saints versus the Chiefs. Be sure to tune into that because I'm probably gonna do a stream reaction to that bad boy, unless I don't know, unless I'm not feeling it, because Chiefs have kind of been boring to watch. Like they'll find a way to win. Like just think about last game, they were down 10-0, ended up winning. What was it, 17-10? So, and then the Saints, after dismantling the hell out of the Cowboys, barely showed up and lost to the Falcons. So I mean, yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see. That's not important. That's neither here nor there. I thank you guys for watching. That's going to be my recap for the game ones. Be sure to tune in later tonight. We're going to recap game twos. We're going to see who advances on to the divisional series, if any. I mean, hell, we might end tonight after all these game twos. We might be 1-1 across the boards. So, anyways, I thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in another stream.